As longtime Seattle residents, we love being surrounded by huge bodies of water. So could we live in a landlocked state? In this episode, we go in search of natural bodies of water around Arizona, and we are pleasantly surprised by what we find.
That there's no water in Arizona like I did, that is wrong, and we just found some.
Pretty fresh compared to the other water bodies that we've seen in the area so far.
There it is, Arizona water. It's chilly.
It's cold for Arizona.
One of the lessons we've already learned is that Arizona is not completely arid. It's no Sahara or something like that. It's semi-arid, and at times in history it actually gets more wet. Like when it was first discovered by the Spanish explorers, they said it was regular snow every winter and it was much wetter overall.
A Saguaro Lake Fish Habitat Improvement Project. So they installed 22,500 fish habitat structures. So that's why people fish here.
Yeah, we're on this little cove and it goes on. Here's Skunk's Wash, that sounds pretty interesting. And then the river flows in from this side and then it drains on that side where there is a dam. And that goes all the way down to Phoenix Metro.
The lake is 10 miles in length with over 22 miles of shoreline. Yeah, that's pretty big.
Here's a little hiking trail. I like that you already feel like you're in a little forest. If you thought Arizona is a barren desert, that is not the case.
Yeah, and that's part of today's mission. You know, we've checked out very briefly and quickly downtown Phoenix, downtown Scottsdale, but now we want to know what's it like around the metro.
Yeah, and we live in Seattle, which is very, very saturated by water.
So for us, like going away from water is a really big deal. So we're trying to verify if there's water nearby, and if so, is it enough to satisfy our need to be by water?
That's right. We also do have a lot of need for sun though, so that one is easily satisfied. Wow, look at this.
That's a great view.
Wow, look at this view. I can't get over how good the weather is in the middle of December. We checked out this area, it's very, very pleasant, only an hour away.
Yeah, looks really promising, so we'll probably end up spending a lot of time here if we end up moving here.
That's right. We'll now check out more locations like this up the road into the mountain.
We traded in our ghetto car for a much nicer car.
I agree, I couldn't stand that Hyundai accent, it was awful. And we ended up with this, which is Chevy of some sort, I don't know. But it has Android Auto and an armrest, which the other one did not.
I feel like I've been in other Hyundai cars before, and I feel like the one that they gave us was just like the cheapest, most stripped down model ever. And I guess we actually picked it. We could have picked something else, but to be fair, there weren't a lot of choices left by the time we got there. So yeah, we ended up with a car that we tried for a day, and we're like, this will make us more humble, and we're like, no, we can't do this. Oh, we made it to another body of water.
That's right, we're continuing our quest to seek out where we can do water-based recreation in Arizona, in particular around the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. It's looking good actually, there's another big one right there.
We are still in the Tonto National Forest. It's actually quite large, and as we discovered, it kind of like surrounds Scottsdale and downtown Phoenix, so that's pretty cool. You have nature really close by.
Looks like the way through the mountain is called the Apache Trail, and it goes along a lot of water here. Wow, quite the road.
actually, it looks really different from the last lake that we were at.
Again, people doing lots of recreation on the water, birds,
A lot of boats, kayakers, and it's a Monday, so it's fairly busy for it not being a weekend. But I imagine weekends are a lot busier. Alright, we're in yet another ghost town, but this is the most lively ghost town I've ever been to.
In fact, crowded, but it's so cool. It's a very preserved Wild West town called Goldfield.
And it was like really close to the last lake that we were at, so kind of on the way back we decided to stop and check it out.
Mother Lode Mercantile, probably the best name ever for a mining town. Face mask required so that you can look like a robber, so you fit the Wild West vibe. Here's the old saloon. Cinnamon rolls and frozen bananas, a staple of the Wild West. Jail. The saloon with the cactus and a bit of a tractor there. It's so classic. Oh, and a church in the back. This is the shot right here. These cactuses that we learned yesterday take 200 years to grow. Therefore, this one has been there probably the entire life of this town. I have to make a confession, I'm a bit of a Wild West enthusiast.
As you may have gathered from our last road trip.
I grew up watching and reading Wild West fiction, and my brother always made fun of me because he thought it's like retro and all that, but I think it's cool.
It's cool. I like it. You're in the right place for it.
Exactly. This doesn't get any more Wild West than this, so
Yeah.
Awesome. I just long for those days of lawlessness and freedom when you just ride.
That right now, man. You just go to Capitol Hill and you get it.
Very good point. Right now the West is becoming lawless again, so it makes you wonder if it's just a part of its character. And you like country music, so...
I do, yes. Wow, yeah, it's too bad we're not looking Wild West right now. This would be such a great set.
The church here, the wind tower, and over here you see where you are. On this side is the huge expanse. Here's your typical Wild West fence, and then you pop over and you see it's the coolest background ever with this mountain in the back, which on a real camera, not a wide angle, it looks much more impressive. And the moon is rising right behind this mountain.
So pretty.
Alright, we're gonna have to take a good shot here. Road's most classic outhouse. I've always wanted to see one with the moon on it that you see in the movies. Oh, there's a mine. Mine tours. We'll do that when the plague is not in the air. Gold panning. Whole bunch of machinery left from those days.
Oh, there's like a zip line.
Zip line.
Zip line.
We need to orient ourselves towards some taco.
Yes, I agree.
Alright, let's roll, and then we'll go to southern Phoenix Metro, where their place is called Mesa and Gilbert, and we'll look for food there.
Alright, so we're here in Gilbert. Didn't really know what to expect, but so far it's kind of a cute town.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people moving to this area. It must be a good lifestyle, and downtown is nice.
We need some food, so we're gonna check out this fish taco place.
Just got done with our fish tacos, which is always a good idea.
Yeah, they were delicious, and one of the nice things we really liked besides the food was the fact that this SoCal taco place also had some outdoor seating in the back, and that's been a constant that we found in pretty much every place that we've eaten at here in Arizona.
We managed to make this a busy day, and we are yet at another destination, this time at downtown Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah, we're in Tempe, and when I hear that word, I can't help but think of that vegan Tempe that you put inside of food.
Not a fan.
But yeah, but Tempe itself is actually quite nice. In fact, we're sitting right here in front of, it looks to me kind of like a river, but I guess it's actually a lake, and it is calm enough to be a lake. But it's really, really pretty, and it goes for a long time.
Yeah, so it's the biggest water body in the metro of Phoenix, it seems. And it's really nice to have, but more importantly, behind us there's like a giant corporate center which is still being built up, and with a lot of prominent companies, and many people are moving here to get good jobs nowadays.
It's also the home of Arizona State University, which is probably a really big school. We don't actually know much about it, but it makes sense that the corporations are right next to the school for recruiting.
That's right, and if we end up moving here, which seems like a good idea, I'll probably end up working somewhere behind here because I do work in tech, and it would be good for us because it will really help our transition. You don't want to start over with nothing when you move to a new place, so it's good that there's a place which resembles Seattle in this way, that has many vibrant new companies hiring a lot of people. It's sunset time on the waterfront in Tempe.
It's really active. There's a lot of people just hanging out, exercising or fishing or just chilling. So it's nice to see people really enjoying themselves. It's like the theme of Arizona, everybody enjoys themselves.
We're about to walk up on this bridge and watch the sunset. Center of the arts on our left. And probably more corporate office down there. Here you go, golden sunset. Oh wow, it ends abruptly. That's amazing. This is where we came from. That whole corporate development over there in downtown, and the signature big hill behind it. Planes are coming here low because the airport is right over there. This is how the lake ends, with a dam.
So we're thinking that because all of the trees and plants down here are actually green, that there probably is some water that comes down occasionally.
Here on is kind of forested, so it does get water. It's time for another morning hike. Almost at the top now. And here we are, on the very summit. And this is the bulk of Phoenix Metro. This train can't figure out which way to go. It's blocking ambulances at this point. Damn, this train was the worst. If you come to Phoenix area, don't go to Glendale, because you may get stuck behind a train forever.